how did you make this connection that tick bites were causing this type of reaction?
Well, actually, um, the most important thing is that when we started to see the cases, we were finding cases in Charlottesville in the middle of Virginia and heard from other allergists in the state, but also from allergists in North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and southern Missouri, that they'd also seen cases. Whereas, um, let me just you pursue that, but I want to go back to something. These cases were in an area that looked like the distribution of Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Oh,
But actually, it's a curious issue that the definition of Rocky Mountain spotted fever at that time was an IgG antibody to a rickettsial antigen.
right.
And the Lone Star tick carries a rickettsia amblyomyi, which is not the cause of Rocky Mountain spotted fever, but cross reacts with it badly. So that if you came into a hospital with a fever and this IgG antibody rickettsia in Virginia, you might be called officially Rocky Mountain spotted fever, although it wasn't very severe. Rocky Mountain spotted fever is a really dangerous
Right. You
disease.
could die from that if you're not treated
You can
quickly.
certainly die from it, but that wasn't what these cases were. But we got the idea of ticks, and then we started asking questions.
All right, so let me ask you this too, because what's also fascinating about Lyme disease, which I've studied when I was in residency a little bit, and I'm going to be speaking to someone about it. It was a combination of, I mean, it was very fortunate with Lyme. Alan Steer, who's very famous for helping discover Lyme disease, had, besides his rheumatology background, was also trained at the CDC here in the United States as an epidemiologist. So you got to be thinking epidemiologically. And then he worked with somebody, Willie Burgdorfy, who helped discover the actual bacteria. But in your case, so you're saying you were seeing these cases from around those areas, and then you kind of put it to like an epidemiologist and said, "Hey, what's going on here?"
No, no, I put it to my technician. I said, Jake,
Oh, okay.
Jake,